Now we're going to read electrochemistry, electrochemical cells. We have learned that oxidation is a process which involves loss of electrons by a substance. The substance which loses electrons is said to be oxidized, whereas reduction is a process which involves gain of electrons by a substance. The substance which gains electrons is said to be reduced. The reaction which involve both oxidation and reduction are called redox reactions. It may be noted that oxidation and reduction go hand in hand. That is, a substance cannot lose electrons unless another substance which can accept electrons is also present along with. In other words, oxidation can take place only when reduction is taking place simultaneously. A simple redox reaction is explained as follows. ZnCuSO4 redox reaction carried out in a single beaker. Whenever a redox reaction takes place in a single beaker, heat is evolved during the reaction. For example, when a strip of zinc metal is dipped in the solution of copper sulfate, it found that the blue color of solution slowly fades away and the solution becomes warm. Thus, reaction take place is ZnCuSO4 aqueous gives to ZnSO4 aqueous plus Cus. The zinc strips start dissolving due to formation of Zn2 positive ion in the solution. This is due to oxidation of zinc metal to zinc ions, which can be written as Zns gives to Zn2 positive aqueous plus 2 electrons. Simultaneously, the copper starts precipitating out from the copper sulfate solution. This indicates that copper 2 positive ions get reduced to copper metal. This reaction may be written as Cu2 positive aqueous plus 2 electrons gives Cus. Thus, in this experiment, zinc is getting oxidized while copper is getting reduced. So, it is redox reaction. The reaction 1 and 2 are known as half reactions, in which reaction first is an oxidation half reaction, second is the reduction half reaction. The overall redox reaction is obtained by adding the two half reactions, i.e. Zns plus Cu2 positive aqueous gives to Zn2 positive aqueous plus Cus. In this reaction, electrons are directly transferred from zinc metal to Cu2 positive ions, and hence it is direct redox reaction. The reaction is exothermic. Del H is negative. If we try to reverse this reaction, i.e. if we place a copper rod in zinc sulfate solution, no reaction take place, which means that reverse reaction is not possible. In other words, zinc metal get oxidized by Cu2 positive ions, but copper metal cannot be oxidized by Zn2 positive ions. Electrochemical cell or galvanic cell or voltaic cell. In this redox reaction discussed above, the chemical energy appear in the form of heat. When a redox reaction is made to occur indirectly, the chemical energy can be converted into electrical energy. The devices in which chemical energy is converted into electrical energy are called electrochemical cells. In these cells, spontaneous redox reaction is used to generate electric current. An electrochemical cell or galvanic cell or voltaic cell is a device in which the chemical energy of a spontaneous redox reaction is converted into electrical energy. A simple galvanic cell is shown in figure 2. The conversion of chemical energy into electrical energy is an electrochemical cell can be understood with the help of redox reaction. Consider redox reaction between zinc and copper sulfate. The reaction is Zns plus CuSO4 aqueous gives to ZnSO4 aqueous plus Cus. It may be written as Zns plus Cu2 positive gives Zn2 positive plus Cu. The two half reaction involved in this redox reaction are oxidation half reaction Zn gives Zn2 positive plus 2 electron. Reduction half reaction Zn Cu2 positive plus 2 electron gives Cu. These two half reaction take place in two separate beakers. The electrons gives out in oxidation half reaction are taken up by the reduction half reaction taking place in another beaker. This causes the current to flow through the circuit. The electrochemical cell consists of two beakers, one of which contains zinc rod dipped in zinc sulfate solution, in the other copper rod is dipped in copper sulfate solution. These metallic rods are known as electrodes and are connected by a wire. The solution of two beakers are connected by a salt bridge. Salt bridge is an inverted U tube filled with saturated solution of an inert electrolyte like KCl, KNO3, NH4, NO3, prepared in agar-agar jelly or gelatin. This electrolyte does not undergo a chemical reaction during the process. The two openings of U-shaped are plugged with some porous material such as a glass, wool or cotton. The complete arrangement is shown in figure 2. When the circuit is completed, it is observed that the electric current flows from copper to zinc. As a convention, the flow of electric current is opposite to the flow of electron. Therefore, there is a flow of electrons in external circuit from the copper to zinc. These can be explained as follows. During the reaction, zinc is oxidized to Zn2 positive IE. Zn gives Zn2 positive plus 2E oxidation. Second, the electrons released at the zinc electrodes move toward copper electrode through outer circuit. Here these are accepted by Cu2 positive ions and are reduced to the copper. Cu2 positive aqueous plus 2 electrons gives Cus reduction. Third, the zinc electrode when oxidation occurs is called anode, while the copper electrode where reduction takes place is called cathode. As electrons are released at zinc rod, so it is regarded as negative terminal. 4. There is a flow of electrons from negative terminal anode to positive terminal cathode. However, as per convention, the electric current flows in the direction opposite to the flow of electrons. Due to oxidation at anode, the positively charged Zn2 positive ions pass into the solution. As a result, there is excess of Zn2 positive ions around the anode, and similarly, due to reduction occurring at cathode, the Cu2 positive ions convert into Cu. Thus, the solution around cathode will acquire negative charge due to excess of SO4 2 negative ions. The excess positive charge around zinc rod will prevent the further flow of electrons from zinc rod. Similarly, the excess negative charge due to SO4 2 negative ions around copper electrode will prevent flow of electrons to the copper ion. This will stop the flow of electric current. However, the accumulation of charge in two half cells is prevented by using salt bridge, which maintains the electrical neutrality of the two half cell solutions. When the concentration of Zn2 positive ion around the anode increases, sufficient number of Cl negative ions around the anode increases. Sufficient number of Cl negative ions migrate from the salt bridge to the anode half cell. Similarly, to neutralize the excess negative charge due to the additional SO4 2 negative ions in the cathode half cell, sufficient number of K positive ions migrate from the salt bridge to cathode half cell. Cu2 positive ions from copper sulfate solution get deposited on copper electrode. After passage of time, the concentration of CuSO4 decreases and the current falls as the time progresses. As the cell operates, the concentration of Cu positive ions in CuSO4 solution decreases, hence the amount of current fall in the cell with the passage of time. It is observed that zinc rod gradually loses its weight and copper gets deposited on copper cathode. A typical voltaic cell based on the above redox reaction is Daniell cell, named after British chemist John Daniell. In this cell, the salt bridge has been replaced by a porous pot. Daniell cell. It is a typical galvanic cell based on following redox reaction. Zn plus CuSO4 gives ZnSO4 plus Cu. In this cell, Zn rod is dipped in ZnSO4 solution and a copper rod is CuSO4 solution. The two solutions are separated by a porous pot partition. The electrical contact between the two solutions is maintained by the partition instead of a salt bridge. In this cell, Zn2 positive ions and SO4 2 negative ions flow to the cathode and anode respectively through the porous partition. The flow of electrons from cathode to anode is caused by the following half cell reaction. Zn gives Zn2 positive plus 2 electron oxidation half reaction, and Cu2 positive plus 2 electrons gives Cu reduction half reaction, and the overall reaction Zn plus Cu2 positive gives Zn2 positive plus Cu. Hence, in Daniell cell, the electrons flow from zinc rod to copper rod in external circuit. With the passage of time, there is excess of SO4, two negative ions around zinc rod. Simultaneously, the concentration of Cu2 positive ions falls around copper rod. Hence, there is a potential difference between the regions of two solutions, which results in flow of SO4 2 negative ions from CuSO4 solution to ZnSO4 solution, and simultaneously Zn2 positive ions flow towards CuSO4 solution through the porous partition. Hence, the porous partition establishes the electrolyte contact between solution of two cells. As the cell operates, the concentration of copper sulfate solution decreases and consequently the current falls, and after some time the cell stops working. Electrolytic cell. We have discussed the process of conversion of chemical energy into electrical energy by means of electrochemical cell. In the reverse process, the passage of electricity through the electrolytes in their molten or dissolved states can cause electrolysis. The device in which the electrical energy is supplied to bring about the redox reaction, i.e., to bring about the process of electrolysis, is called an electrolytic cell. In an electrolytic cell, the cell contains aqueous solution of an electrolyte in which two electrodes are dipped. These electrons are connected to two terminals of a battery. On passage electric current, the cations migrate to the cathode and gain electrons, i.e., reduction take place, whereas anions move to anode and lose electrons, i.e., oxidation take place. Consider an electrolyte AB undergoing electrolysis. At cathode, A positive plus E negative gives A reduction. At anode, B negative gives B plus electron oxidation. Thus, in the electrolytic cell, a redox reaction takes place on supplying electrical energy. Difference between galvanic cell and electrolytic cell. The differences between galvanic cell and the electrolytic cell are summed up as follows in Table 1. Table 1, comparison of electrochemical cell and electrolytic cell. Electrochemical cell, electrolytic cell. It is a device which converts chemical energy into electrical energy. Electrolytic cell. It is a device which converts electrical energy into chemical energy. Electrochemical cell. Redox reaction is spontaneous and is responsible for the production of electrical energy. Electrolytic cell. Redox reaction is a non-spontaneous and electrical energy is required for the reaction to occur. The reaction stops as soon as the passage of electricity is stopped. Electrochemical cell. The two half cells are set up in different vessels which are connected by salt bridge or through porous partition. Both electrodes are placed in same electrolyte solution in one vessel. Anode is negatively charged and cathode is positively charged in electrochemical cells. Anode is positively charged and cathode is negatively charged in electrolytic cell. Electrons migrate from anode to cathode in external circuit. Electrons are supplied by the external source, i.e., battery. They migrate from cathode to anode. Representation of an electrochemical cell. An electrochemical cell or galvanic cell consists of two electrodes, anode and cathode. The electrolyte solution containing these electrodes are called half cells. When these two half cells are combined, an electrochemical cell is formed. The following conventions are used in representing an electrochemical cell. A galvanic cell is represented by writing the anode where oxidation occurs on the left hand side and cathode where reduction occurs on right hand side. The anode of a cell is represented by writing metal or solid phase first and then the electrolyte or cation of the electrolyte, while the cathode is represented by writing the electrolyte first or cation and then metal and solid phase. The metal and the cation are separated by a vertical line. For further information, the concentration of an electrolyte is also mentioned within bracket after the cation, i.e. Zn, Zn2 positive or Zn. Zn2 positive or Zn, Zn2 positive 1m anode. Cu2 positive, Cu or Cu2 positive was Cu or Cu2 positive 1m Cu cathode. The salt bridge which separates the two half cells is indicated by two vertical lines. For example, Zn2 positive 1m, salt bridge Cu2 positive 1m Cu. The complete formulation of cell, which is also known as cell notation, is represented as follows. Electrons flow Zn anode, Zn2 positive 1m anodic electrolyte Zn2 Cu2 positive 1m cathodic electrolyte Cu anode. Oxidation occurs, salt bridge or reduction occurs. Sometimes negative and positive signs are also put on the electrons to show the gain and loss of electrons taking place on them. Anode is negative pole while cathode acts as positive pole. The electrons flows from the negative pole anode, the positive pole cathode in the external circuit. On the other hand, conventionally the current is said to flow in the opposite direction. Representation of some common cells by cell notation. Some common cells may be represented as given below. First, CuAgNO3 cell. The reactions occur in the cells are oxidation. Half reaction is Cu gives Cu2 positive plus C2 electrons. Reduction half reaction is 2Ag positive plus 2 electrons gives 2Ag. Overall cell reaction Cu plus 2Ag positive gives Cu2 positive plus 2Ag. The cell may be represented as Cu as Cu2 positive aqueous, salt bridge Ag positive aqueous Ags. Second is NiAgNO3 cell. Oxidation half reaction. Ni gives Ni2 positive plus 2 electron. Reduction half reaction 2Ag positive aqueous plus 2E 2 electrons gives 2Ags. Overall cell reaction Ni plus 2Ag positive gives Ni2 positive plus 2Ag. The cell may be represented as Ni2 positive aqueous, salt bridge symbol Ag positive Ags. Zn HCl reaction. Oxidation half reaction. Zn gives Zn2 positive plus 2 electron. Reduction half reaction 2H positive plus 2 electrons gives H2. Overall cell reaction Zn plus 2H positive gives Zn2 positive plus H2. Cell may be represented as Zn2 positive, salt bridge symbol H positive H2PT. Electrode potential and EMF of a galvanic cell. Electrode potential. The flow of electric current in an electrochemical cell indicates that a potential difference exists between two electrodes. To understand the potential difference between two electrodes or electrode potential, let us consider the redox reactions occurring at these electrodes. When an electrode, say copper, is immersed in solution of its ion, then either of the following three possibilities can take place. The metal ions may colloid with electrode and do not undergo any change. Cu2 positive ions may collide with the electrode, gain electrons and get converted into metal atom. The ions are reduced. Cu2 positive plus 2 electrons gives Cu reduction. Cu atoms on the electrode may lose electrons to the electrode and become Cu2 positive ion and go into the sodium. Oxidation occurs. Cu gives Cu2 positive plus 2E 2 electrons oxidation. These possibilities are shown in figure 5. Now if the electrode has relatively high tendency to get oxidized, its atom will lose electrons readily and from Cu2 positive ions which go into the solution. The electrons lost on the electrode would be accumulated on the metal electrode, and the electrode acquire a slight negative charge with respect to the solution. Some of the Cu2 positive ions from the solution will take up electrons and become Cu atoms. After some time, an equilibrium will be established as Cu electrode Cu2 positive solution plus 2 electrons on electrode. When such an equilibrium is attained, it results in separation of charges negative on the electrode with respect to the solution. Similarly, if the metals ion have relatively greater tendency to get reduced, they will take electrons from the electrode. As a result, a net positive charge will be developed on the electrode with respect to the solution. This will also result into separation of charges positive on the electrode with respect to the solution. Due to the separation of charges between the electrode and the solution, an electrical potential is set up between metal electrode and its solution. The electrical potential difference set up between the metal and its solution is known as electrode potential. Thus, the electrode potential is the measure of tendency of an electrode in a half cell to gain or lose electron. The electrode potential may be of two types. Oxidation potential, the tendency of an electrode to lose electron or to get oxidized, is called its oxidation potential. Thus, oxidation potential gives the tendency of an electron to lose electrons. Reversible reaction Mn plus Ne negative, Zn 2 positive plus 2E negative. Reduction potential, the tendency of an electrode to gain electrons or to get reduced is called its reduction potential. Therefore, it measures the tendency of an electrode to gain electrons. Mn positive aqueous plus Ne negative gives M. It is evident that the oxidation potential is the reverse of reduction potential. For example, reduction potential of Zn is minus 0.76 volts. Its oxidation potential is plus 0.76 volts. According to the present convention, the half-cell reactions are always written as the reduction half-cells reaction, and their potential are represented as reduction potential. These are called electrode potential. The electrode potential depends upon the nature of metal and its ion, concentration of ions in the solution, and temperature. EMF or cell potential of a cell. Electrochemical cell consists of two half cells. The electrodes in these half cells have different reduction potential, therefore they have different tendency to lose or gain electrons. The electrode having higher reduction potential will have higher tendency to gain electron, whereas the electrons having lower reduction potential will have lesser tendency to gain electrons. Rather, it loses electrons as a result of its potential difference. There is a flow of electrons from the electrode with a lower reduction potential, higher tendency to lose electrons, to the electrode with higher reduction potential. The difference between the electrode potential of two electrodes constituting an electrochemical cell is known as electromotive force or cell potential of a cell. This acts as a driving force for the cell reaction. The potential difference is expressed in volts. Therefore, the cell potential or EMF arises from the difference in the tendencies of the ions to get reduced. It is equal to the reduction potential for the substance that actually undergoes reduction minus and the reduction potential of substance that undergoes oxidation. As already studied, the reduction occurs at cathode and oxidation occurs at anode. Therefore, EMF reduction potential of cathode minus reduction potential of anode. E cell is equal to E cathode minus E anode. In the representation of an electrochemical cell as a convention, the cathode is written on the right hand side and anode on the left hand side. Therefore, EMF of cell also written as E cell is equal to E right minus E left. Thus, EMF of a cell can be defined as the potential difference between two electrodes of the cell when either no or negligible current is allowed to flow in the circuit. The EMF of cell is measured with the help of potentiometer. It depends upon the nature of electrodes, temperature and concentration of solution in two half cells. Measurement of EMF. The EMF of a cell can be measured by connecting two electrodes to a voltmeter and taking reading directly, but this method has following two objections. The voltmeter draws some current from the cell so that the EMF of cell will change due to appreciable flow of current. A part of EMF is used up to overcome the internal resistance of a cell. Both these objections can be overcome by the potentiometric method of the measurement of EMF of cell. This method is based on the Pogendorf compensation principle. The EMF of cell can be measured accurately using a potentiometer. The arrangement is shown The arrangement is shown in figure 6. It consists of a cell C, which is storage battery having a voltage greater than that of the cell to be measured. AB is stressed wire of uniform thickness and high resistance. S is the standard cell with known EMF. X is the cell whose EMF is to be measured. The cell S is connected to galvanometer through key A, whereas cell X is connected to the galvanometer through key B. One end of the cell X is connected to F and A, and the other end is connected to the sliding contact Z, which can be removed along AB. The sliding contact is moved along wire AB. By using key A, the cell S is put into circuit. The position of X1 is adjusted until no current flows through the galvanometer. The fall of potential between A and X due to the cell C is exactly compensated by EMF of SIEES. Using key B, the cell X is put into circuit and sliding contact is readjusted until a point of balance is reached at X2. The fall of potential between A and X2 is equal to Ex. The EMF of cell X is calculated by using the following equation. EMF of X by EMF of S is equal to Ex by Es. Distance Ax2, distance Ax1. Ex is equal to Ax2 upon Ax1 into Es. Since Es is known as and Ax1 and Ax2 can be measured, the EMF of the unknown cell Ex can be evaluated. Standard cell. In a Pogendorf method of measuring EMF, a standard cell of accurately known EMF is employed. A cell can be considered as standard if it fulfills the following requirement. It has a constant value of EMF which is reproducible. Its EMF does not change with the passage of time. It has a small temperature coefficient.